Hey guys, welcome to Unlimited Health. Let's check out this video called, it's a Instar Star Citizen video, okay? I didn't even see this coming, but it came out yesterday, so I was, I didn't miss too many days or anything, so good. I finally there's an Instar Star Citizen video again, and I've been reacting to a lot of Instar Star Citizen videos. I even reacted to one really old one too, so go check out my other videos. I'll put some of the recent reactions at the end of this video so that you guys can watch it, but let's just get into this Instar Star Citizen, and tomorrow is like the weekend, so I won't be able to upload any videos, but I hope you like this, and just there's a lot of reaction videos coming out on my backup channel as well. Go check out the link in the description, my backup channel, and a lot of reaction videos. Don't miss out on my content, okay? But yeah, let's get into this. And also, like, they've been doing a lot of like game development stuff in these videos. They've been showing us how they're developing the games. Sometimes some things are blurred, so just so that we don't know and shit. It was really funny. It was really cool and fun, and I love these videos. So let's get to this new one. It's called Inside Star Citizen Life of VFX. So this is gonna be awesome. We're gonna see some VFX. We're gonna see how the fuck they're making and how they're constructing the cutscenes and whatnot, and how they're gonna make it look like a movie. You know what I mean? So let's just get into it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. It's only 14 minutes long. It's gonna be fun. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1080p. All right, let's do it. 3, 2, 1, let's go, man. Let's go.
Hi, welcome to CIG Cribs. I'm Max Snowden, and this is where the magic happens.
Rad! The magic happens in that room. Got some Xbox. Oh, you got some wheels, like steering wheels. That computer looks good. Looks really costly. Star Citizen.
So VFX in video games, certainly in our games in particular, it's basically it's energy represented visually. So your more typical VFX, explosions, fire, all that kind of thing. They're
the camera shake,
that kind of energy and the motion and the force and the violence that comes through. Even
that
things
looks
like
amazing.
The leaves getting blown around by the wind.
Oh, the
it's
leaves!
Motion.
Look at the leaves blown, and then the scene following the leaves. Like, how do they do it? Like is it just a camera thing, or is it just trying to be more cinematic? I mean, it looks cinematic, but do you do anything in terms of cinematic when you're making the scene? I don't know. Let's see.
In games, VFX are everywhere in Star Citizen. So there's coolant, there's steam, there's mist, there's fog, there's falling leaves, there's buzzing flies. If the player fires a weapon, they're going to expect some kind of payload for that. They're going to expect to see muzzle flashes, depending on the weapon, of course, but they're going to expect to see impact effects. Again, without them kind of VFX in it.
Like, one thing I noticed in this game is that the detail is so deep. They're literally trying to make a real-life space adventure. It's like, what the fuck? It's so realistic. There's so many details that are like mind-blowing. Is the game ever gonna finish? That's my question. I keep asking this in every video, but that's my concern. It's so deep and so big that will it ever finish? Will it ever release? Like full release and shit? That's my question, I mean, keep asking that,
The game, it's hard for the player to really read what's happening. They're not kind of getting them visual cues, and it sort of hinders their progress. I think VFX matter in Star Citizen because the visuals are fantastic in our game, but without the actual VFX, everything can look very static. There's not always the most tangible thing in a frame that the player sees, but when you take away VFX, they kind of notice that they're not there. I joined CIG 9 years ago, and there was quite a small group of us actually. There was 3 or 4 of us VFX artists. So originally the VFX were struggling for consistency. It was obvious that it was a project in its very early days, and we were looking for that identity. We were looking for that kind of consistency of visuals, that language that can be understood by the player. And that's really why you build a team, why you build a department, to allow that kind of continuity in VFX in a game.
So good!
So really in the 90s.
Look at these developers working on stuff. It's pretty cool, man. I wish I could develop, but obviously I don't have the the degrees or whatever that they require. But look at this shit. And also, like, some of these people are super, like, fucking talented artists. They draw shit and then they turn that into a model and stuff like that, and then that's why you get detailed looking characters within the game. So these people are also artists, and that's insane.
9 years that I've been here, we've kind of built a department, a proper department full of different skill sets, different disciplines. We've got a whole programming team, we've got production, we've got embedded QA, we've got concepts, we've obviously got artists as well. We now have a coherence of visuals. We have a language that is understandable and works for the player. We had a good base in the first place, but now that...
I don't know how they even make these epic fucking games, like, man. And it's almost like I feel like the even like the graphics cards, the technology that we have is not sufficient, because their dreams are so big and so detailed, and it's like it's so massive that I feel like the technology is fucking lacking, That's what I feel.
The toolkit is really, really powerful, and it needs to be for the ambition of the VFX in the game.
Okay. Work in progress.
So the VFX team is basically a microcosm of game development. The team is currently 21 people. We also have a core team within that, being the programmers, the production side of it, the concept inside of it, and the QA side of it as well. And we need that because we're serving other departments. We're serving art, we're also serving design. And we need to have that kind of skill set within the team to be able to do all the things that are requested of us.
I'm Leo van Stinkesse. I'm a principal VFX programmer.
Okay.
I do two things. I manage a small team, 3-4 people of VFX programmers, and I kind of handle the different projects that we have as a team that gets done. And then the second part is I do some programming myself as well. So I intentionally kept the team pretty small so that I have some time to program myself as well.
My name is Francesco. I am a VFX programmer. We have a team of 4 VFX programmers, and the one that manages me is...
4 VFX programmers, and they are the ones that are doing most of the cool shit on screen.
Leo. I program specific graphics features and tools and other stuff related to VFX, specifically mainly for artists to be able to do work with and create really nice visuals from.
My name is Alexander. I'm on the VFX team as a tools programmer. My job is to create sliders and UI elements to make it intuitive for the artists to work with. We have a lot of different environments and effects and
UI elements, graphics, and VFX programmers. Fucking cool. They got this shit done. Like, they have all the team necessary to make whatever they want to make. So that's cool.
We need to take care of every single one of them. And it's my job to make sure that it's easy for an artist to work with different type of effects.
I'm Callum, and my job in the VFX team is assistant producer. So generally, day to day, I do scheduling and just supporting the team in anything that they need to do, so they get to focus on the creative things whilst I deal with what they would class as the boring side of game development.
If the VFX team didn't have a producer, it would be horrible. He manages a lot and talks to other teams and makes sure we have all the information we need to be able to start working on a task. If we had to do that ourselves, that would be a lot of hours wasted every day.
Man, these people know what the fuck they're doing, and they're pretty awesome. I love this.
The VFX editor is basically the place.
When the whole team is engaged and gets together and does things, and nobody is like sticking out or whatever, that's a perfect team. And the more hard work they do, the better it gets, and it's like so cool. I would love to be a part of this team.
Place where you create the effects. You give it a texture or a picture, and you change a few values, and suddenly it moves, and you see come to life. It could be a smoke, it could be a fire, it could be lightning. There is not much you can do without the code. That would make the artist a programmer.
We program everything related to VFX. That includes tools, that includes features, that includes small...
But the explosions, the way the fire reacts, everything looks so cinematic. This is what I love about these AAA games, these big games. They're so cinematic. I love it. I only wish I could create that anywhere. Like, even if I could, you know, some way, you know, I don't know, Unreal Engine 5 or something. I would love to do these things, but it's not like you're a developer. You don't have endless assets and resources to make all this shit, you know. That's the problem. You're just one guy and you can't create a game by yourself, but you look at this shit and you're so inspired and you want to do something, and it's like, what the it's like, oh man, I envy these guys, because they're in this world where they make these games. It's so fun, man. Wow.
Other things like triggering VFX from game code to system for managing VFX, making sure that VFX stay alive, that they die on time. As VFX programmer, we get to work closely with VFX artists.
My name is Kevin and I am a VFX artist here at CIG. 90% of the effects we make in Star Citizen are particle effects. When you fire a weapon, at the end of the barrel, we will spawn a particle with a texture on it, and then we modify parameters to be able to make that look like a muzzle flash or smoke or whatever. So basically, we just have a bunch of parameters on how to spawn, how to move, and what a particle looks like.
Star Citizen is a really beautiful game, and VFX are a large part.
Effects really need to be tailored for basically every possible situation. This gives a lot of opportunities for creating visuals and effects in ways that you would normally not see in other games.
The VFX needs to be...
So these people are doing what other games can't do, and it's like, whoa, these people are doing some incredible shit then. Dang.
Seen from every angle, from a very far distance to very close up.
We have such varying scales, from just small rooms to planets to ships, and even just empty space itself.
Everything needs to be dynamic and systemic. So all the
this game is so insane. I love it, you know. And the team behind it is doing something like they're so dedicated to it, and it's so amazing.
VFX, they are based on the underlying systems. We get to look at these systems, find the right hooks, and try and trigger the right effects at the right time. Getting all of that together to get a consistent whole is pretty challenging, but the results are always pretty cool.
The relationship within the team is very dynamic. We work together a lot, and it kind of depends on what you're working on to who's involved. Production tends to be involved a lot of the time, generally on a day-to-day basis.
This is awesome. I love this shit!
Working closely with artists and obviously other programmers is pretty great. There is a lot of feedback and information circling around what parts of what you're working on you may want to improve on, or even
and they got this dual monitor set up, and they got everything. They know how to place assets and how to make them work, you know, small details, how to enhance them and shit. So good, so good.
Parts are working well and should be iterated on even further. It creates an environment in which no one feels like they're stuck on something.
But do they have like a roadmap that tells them, okay, we're done with this section of the game, let's move on to other? Are they getting close to something like a full game, or are they getting close to something like a chapter in a game or in a story or something? Do they have a roadmap? I would like to know that, you know. Like, you can't just keep building and building and building with no end finishing line, right? Like, with no end goal. I would like to know what their end goal is, and at what part of their, you know, how close are they to the, you know, the end goal and shit, you know?
So the VFX team, we're basically a support team for everyone else. We create effects for the vehicle team. We create effects for the locations teams, including planets. Any location you can think of, we're going to be adding effects to them in some form or other. And gameplay as well. Obviously, all of these things are design-driven, so we need to create effects that help designers provide that feedback to the player. We won't always be working on the effects at the exact same time.
We don't really come in towards the end.
This guy got a pizza and ice cream cones and shit in the back. I love that. Who made that shit? And it's like falling pizza slices. I love that shit.
Because we don't want to work on something that's going to get changed eventually. So once a ship has been approved, that's when the VFX team starts to work on it. Mostly people don't notice VFX. I think subconsciously they do. They look at a ship and they see a cool thruster, or when it dies, a cool explosion or whatever.
Oh shit! That's what I love about these games. I don't know how they do that. The shaking and the cinematic explosion, and it feels like they're directing a movie when it's like things happen on the screen that are like that can only happen if you directed it in a certain way, you know? So it's like, how are they doing that? You know, that's my question. Because wow. So
but then again,
cool.
We have the subtle effects. You don't notice it, and the less you notice it, the better it is. It just...
Yeah, look at this dust, the cinematic dust going from left to, like from right to left and shit. Look at that dust. That looks like real life dust going through it. But when you go into developing mode, it's just some fog effect, dust particle effect or something that you added in this location, right? But it doesn't feel like a real life dust coming up and clouding some structures around. It doesn't feel like that. But then how are they doing that in this cinematic mode? That's my, it feels so real.
Plays in with the whole environment.
Yeah.
We provide a supporting role and we contribute to making the game as good as we can.
Because if you try to do that, then it would look like a bunch of toys or something. But when they're showing this in the game, it looks like real life, and it's like, what?
The future of VFX at CIG is bigger and better, as cheesy as that might sound, but it's maintaining existing effects, and it's building tools within the team that make that possible. So one example of kind of tool improvements to help us maintain as well as improve effects is external referencing.
Let's say you have two water effects. They look very alike, but there is a slight difference. And suddenly an artist makes an even better picture to use for these water effects. My job then was to implement a feature to just be able to change the picture of one effect and both of them change at the same time.
And what that's going to do is allow us to have a small group of master effects that we can then propagate to other effects libraries throughout the game. And it means we can maintain a smaller group of effects, and we can make sure that those improvements cascade throughout all the other libraries where those type of effects will be used.
Being able to have the same effect looking a bit different over two projects saves time for the artists, and it's easier for them to keep track of everything and upgrade the visual of an effect.
So that's going to streamline the process, absolutely. It's going to make it easier to keep a high quality, to keep updating and improving the high quality through the years as well.
Damn, son.
So currently I'm working on lightning within gas clouds. We already have some lightning system in place, but now we're adapting it to be...
Look at that lightning system, man. That looks so fucking cool. It looks cinematic too.
Possible to strike from within gas clouds. This will give some extra gameplay opportunities for designers and environment artists to dynamically spawn lightning and hit ships, hit players, and make gas clouds more dangerous, I guess.
I think the lightning is cool, but I really like the new fire.
So something that we're really proud of and that we've been working on for a long time is fire propagation, so fire hazards, and that's being handled by our VFX programmers.
The fire hazard system has already existed for a while, but it was never fully finalized on the visual side. So I'm currently implementing all the necessary backend features to get fire looking as good as possible. As part of the fire visuals, I am working on a more specialized way of spawning particles for fire, which creates a more interesting dynamic way in which fire propagates and the way things start to look.
But that might fucking make your game lag, because you don't, that's what I'm saying. We don't have enough technology to, make these dreams come true. And look at this shit. This looks so amazing, but then your game is gonna lag, and especially if it's on PC, then it's gonna lag even worse. Like, honestly, this is like fucked up, but it looks so good. Imagine this thing, this fire, this room of fire moving around in 60 FPS and shit, or 120 FPS, or 240. You know how amazing that would look. But we don't have such amazing graphics cards yet. Even though there's like RTX 4090 and shit like that, even that I don't think it can manage this level of detail, especially with high resolutions. You know, so.
After Fire has been there for a while.
That's been kind of a long process, and it's still ongoing. It's very, very complicated, and it's very ambitious, but we're getting to a point now where I'm really, really happy with where it's going.
The Fire as a system itself is obviously gameplay critical. The visuals obviously help to communicate where fire is present, how strongly it's there, and to give a real sense of danger for the room you're in. The actual damage that the fire is causing on rooms is communicated through these visuals.
Looks so amazing.
One of the best things about working on the VFX for Star Citizen is being able to see your work enter the game so quickly, because we update the game so often. So being able to see your work in players' hands is always exciting.
That's
to
cool.
release features, some new VFX that are part of one of the releases, and you see players actually use your system and kind of push it to the limit, and it's always great to see.
Working on Star Citizen in particular is especially good because Star Citizen is a really, really good-looking game. Working generally in graphics and VFX, I think personally is one of the more satisfying sort of disciplines when it comes to programming.
VFX.
This game has so much potential. Like, honestly, what the fuck? This game has more potential than the game that is coming out. Like Bethesda Games' Starfield, that looks just like this. But this game looks, it's like this game has so much bigger potential than that. And it's like, what the fuck? It's like, whoa, you know? So, and also, like, I can't wait to play the Starfield game. It's also, like, fucking amazing. So, can't wait for that.
It's one of the big puzzle pieces to making the environment feel rich and full. I feel like that's one of the biggest gains of VFX, is making the game look beautiful.
Game look beautiful! So great! Look at that shit. Look at the detail in that fire, bro.
So, what did we learn this week? Well, hopefully we learned a bit more about how downstream teams like VFX, these folks who generally come in towards the end of the pipeline.
Like, the game is so big, I think we're gonna see this guy become really, like, 80 years old by the time the game is done. Like, holy shit, every time I see this guy, I feel like he's kind of aging a little bit. You know, I could see his aging process with every single video. It's like, what the fuck? You know, I would like to see this game realized, like, full realization, complete development. I would like to see the full release of it, like, honestly.
Bring life,
Seriously.
texture, and nuance to any game. Add those finishing touches that elevate the amazing work of other teams, and add essential elements that really, really make the difference between the immersive and the not immersive. Now, don't forget that this year's Ship Show has begun, as well as a new initiative spotlighting the various missions in the verse.
Spotlight!
I'm pretty sure this week it's Salvage. You can check it all out now on the RobertSpaceIndustries.com website.
Okay.
For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the process of game
What is he typing in there? What?
development with you, and we'll see you all here next week.
See you next week, brother. Oh shit. All work and no D&D makes Jared something something. Look, come on. That's like Shining reference. I love that shit, okay? Alright. Alright. Cool. Love this. Love this. Can't wait for... I would like to know where this is heading and when is it gonna end. I keep asking that. At this point, I feel like stupid, but you know, I'm like, I love this, and you know, I don't know what to say. You know, I would like to know where it's going. So, cool shit. I love it. What did you think about this? Did you like my reaction? you like my reaction, please make sure to subscribe to this channel, okay? This is my main channel. This is where I upload like 2 to 3 videos a day. And go check out my backup channel. The link in the description. There's a lot of reaction videos over there as well, and you'll be thoroughly entertained over there. And if you like it over there, subscribe over there. If you like this reaction, subscribe over here. Subscribe to both my channels. Show me support. There's nothing wrong with getting entertained, okay? And you know, these Star Citizen, Inside Star Citizen videos are my favorite. I love these videos. Looking at the gameplay process, the development process, and the whatever models or vehicles, whatever assets that they've developed, showcasing them assets and all that. I love that. So it's just so cool. And I would like to know where it's going, though. That's my main issue with it. I would like to see where it's going and what's going to be next and where it's going to lead up to that. Is it going to be releasing out for everybody to play? And I know that there's like some alpha beta stuff going on that you can go around and play and stuff. But you know, like the recent update had a release for the players to play and stuff. But I would like to see a full game release. I don't know when that will happen, but you know, I'm like super hyped for that. Okay, so yeah, Inside Star Citizen Life of VFX, cool ass VFX. We saw which team is working on VFX, which team is working on effects, and you know, all kinds of shit. Which team is working on, you know, making the details and stuff like that. It's pretty cool, man. I love this. Okay, so please make sure to subscribe to this channel. Go check out my backup channel. Subscribe to both my channels. Show me support. And if you have any videos that you want me to react to based on, I don't know, Star Citizen, anything, or music videos, please type down in the comment section. I'll note it down and react to it. I'll even say your name. Okay, so Star Citizen, go check out their YouTube channel. Subscribe to them. Show them support. And yeah, that's it for this reaction. And tomorrow is like the weekend, so I won't be uploading any videos, but happy weekend. Enjoy your weekend with your family. Go play some cool games with your family. Enjoy that, okay? Play some awesome games that are out there. And you know, and I'll see you guys on Monday, okay? Please suggest me videos. If you have any in mind that you want me to react to, please suggest them. And I'll see you guys on Monday, okay? Please make sure to subscribe to both my channels. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.